Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first episode of modded Valheim with EpicLoot, featuring other known mods such as AdventureBackpacks, ClimbingMod, PlantEverything, AzuExtendedPlayerInventory, Seasonality, RtDOcean, RtDOceanFoods, Harpoon Extended to be able to catch those pesky fish, SeedBeds, and more, all the way up to the bigger mods like Warfare, Fire and Ice, Monstrum with EpicLoot support, Armory to fill in the gaps of the weapons and armor for other weapons like the Adjuteer, daggers, crossbows, all the way up to Dragon Riders for hatching and taming and eventually flying one of 3 elemental dragons. Those in order of unlock are Ice, Fire, and Lightning. The Deep North content update will fill the Deep North with the in-game content to give us a well-rounded experience in the long run, and Cheb's Mercenaries for building somewhat of a village to build a decently big town with actual villagers walking around kind of like Azka, if you will. I'd love to make a super protected town with people that will help defend among with taming and breeding monsters for base defense and exploration, which brings us to our big final mod, which is the AllTameableTamingOverhaul. This mod gives us the ability to tame and breed every creature from the base game, like skeletons to bosses, with the ability to breed out higher stat children over time. And that is the idea I've been simping on for a while now, and figured that would make the ultimate channel starter video. An epic tale of Rathtar through a randomly chosen world with mods to make the perilous journey even more perilous by giving the enemy the ability to be up to 5 stars, and yes, that also includes the bosses, while taming, breeding, building, dungeon crawling, looking for super weapons and armor, and going beyond the Ashlands, all while building villages, fortresses, and misty keeps. In this journey, I really want to focus more on the building aspect side of Valheim, to do kind of a slower series playthrough. Yes, there is going to be some lag, as you're going to notice here on screen. The mod settings aren't set up completely all the way yet, and as of right now, time of recording this, my main priority was getting started with video editing. So it's going to be a little laggy here in the beginning, and I apologize for that. As we move forward, I'll start phasing most of that out. But I would like to show you some of the beginning content of starting this playthrough, of going through and starting a fresh playthrough by myself. Going around the world, you'll see here that we encounter several enemies. New enemies like foxes are added in to give us new sets of armor, which is fantastic. Got him. This other boar wants to brawl. Where you going, little guy? Bro, come back. Don't run from the Lord. Oh, maybe he does want some in the long run. Hold on. This may be a minute. While we play tag with this board, I don't know if he's going to let me get in there. Oh, no. I'm going to go around and collect a few things, the base things that we need to start this playthrough, because everybody that plays Valheim knows that you need a lot of resources in this playthrough just to build by yourself. Now, the server is on 3 times collection rates, and we have TeleportEverything to teleport some of our tames with us to go and explore. Aha, blocked it. And the trophy, nice. But while playing, I also added in another mod that allows us to build anywhere, which gets rid of build restrictions. So up here around the starting altar, we do need to explore over there across the sea. Up next to this boss altar where we hang the boss trophy heads, we are going to build a village. And I want to do kind of a stone-esque with wood village, like a starter town, like the place that you would start at, that other Vikings could come to, a place that shows this is a home, we built this up, it's big, it's bad, it's bold. And right now, what we're doing is we're collecting all of our beginning foods and we're going to build up this area right here in front of us. We'll get more on that here in a second. This dude knows nothing about Fight Club. He's just trying to jump in the ring with Rathar. You don't even know what's going on. We do have some core wood available over here, really close, which is very helpful. All we need is a workbench down here. We can deconstruct all of these for easy, early core wood, which is fantastic. But realistically, right now, I would like to find a place to put down a starter base, our house, our home, and that tree is probably going to be it. Because right here, you see the altar, you see the land is mostly flat, kind of tiered out a little bit. But I'll probably use this tree as a starter base, a kind of place to call home. Nothing too fancy, mind you, but this will definitely be the place where we literally can hang our hat at night and store the basic gear to get started working on this village. Because in this village, I do desperately want to try something different, where instead of having all of the buildings in one place, we move and have each building represent its own thing. So like one building is the kitchen, one building will be the, let's say, blacksmith, one building will be for like the workbench and wood storage and maybe all the mob drops. Start by trying to get it just there, somewhat in the middle as we expand out. Not that. Place these here. Our stamina isn't very high. Definitely need to gather more foods, but we can plant everything in this game anywhere we want in any biome, so that's going to be fantastic for us. Get those in the tree so we actually have foundation support in the tree a little bit. Clip off of that, and right there. Perfect. Perfection. Cut down this tree to get it out of the way. But as you can see in the top left corner, we are getting unlocks, new unlocks for magical mounts. That gives us realistic, life-size replicas of the animals as you see on screen. So we could get a white horse that will stand there and it's animated, will move around and bend down and smell the ground, or bend down to eat, move around, itch themselves. Well, they don't move too far, but they do move a little bit while they're standing in place. But realistic statues that are easy to make, that we could set up just for looks around the village. Dragons and ravens. Block. Just keep gathering wood as we go, so I can build this somewhat quickly to get started on our journey, as this is going to take up most of an episode of building just the starter house here. Don't want to go too small because of what I'm about to build. I'm going to need a place where I can store quite a bit of loot for some time while I work on the other bases, but let's go ahead and start over at this corner right here. We're just going to work our way down. And anybody that's played Valheim, you know that there's one thing with Valheim that is not always the best, and that's the building system. It can be all over the place sometimes. Sometimes it just works always in your favor, and sometimes it does not. Go ahead and put some extra legs on this for extra support, because if something does knock down the tree, we could lose all of this. So this will keep our house up off the ground. Get rid of this pesky little stump here. We are going to need lots of wood, lots of stone for this playthrough, as most of the buildings I want to build are going to be out of stone and wood for this village. Now that we have enough extra wood, we can go ahead and start building up this side of the base. Kind of a slow process, but it's worth it. Not there. Definitely not there. And slap some more legs down on it just like this, while using the Q and E buttons to swipe through different ways to connect, which is a super helpful tip. And then maybe go back and give it a little bit of accent. Cue the footage. There, that looks much better. And then maybe give it a little edge decoration. Looks so much better already. Just a little bit of extra wood can make the whole thing just look way better. Just a little bit of extra detail goes a long way in this game. It would be super nice if the devs actually updated some of the building stuff and gave us more building stuff to work with, as the base amount of building stuff in this game is not very much, and it's missing quite a few pieces for the late game build stuff like Grouston. I would like to see more build roofed styles with Grouston, more corners. Those are things that we desperately need. Get more stamina here. And then let's go ahead and mark out where the base is going to be. Try and snap that to that. Nice. And we can go into until we run out of wood. Gonna need 10 wood for a small starter chest, which is not bad. That's easy to get. These little trees provide plenty of wood to start with. That beautiful montage footage right there just saved everybody's life. Alright. Unfortunately, it is dark now, and it's really hard to see and tell what's going on, actually, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep building and keep talking while Rathtar continues to build away here and sort away some of the things. You can see my process of how I start my worlds, of how I've been doing this solo, playing through the game by myself, to see maybe you could carry over some of my sorting tips. Do you have a mobs drops chest? Or do you just throw everything everywhere? You should let me know in the comments below. Just got to get those lined up just perfectly. Get rid of some of this extra so that way we have extra space to play around with. Go get more wood to finish building this house, because this house will take quite a bit of wood for just a simple tree house. Even on 3 times resources, this small of a build still takes quite a while. And the bed must be placed under a roof, so we're going to have to finish getting wood and build up a wall with a roof over it and surround it on all sides to make sure that it is completely secure before we can set our spawn point. Most people know this, some new players don't. When I first started watching Valheim, I was watching modded playthroughs and didn't even know it. Try the roof like this for now, see if we can have them pointing at each other, as we are going to go to the other side and finish building over there with a wraparound house. Which we should fill this side first. Put that edge on there so it looks like a small deck wraparound. Give it that little extra detail. And I should have put the door there, but that's okay. And now, we still need a roof over this crafting table. I guess we'll have to make an extra hammer. Nice. And now we can move the crafting table up and make it secure inside of our treehouse base. And we should probably move the bed because this is not the best position to be in, where it's going to be just blocking the door. Maybe here? Over here? Nah, not even that. That could be chest. We should put it over here. This is going to be the best location for us to have a bed. It's probably going to block the hallway here, but that's fine. This is going to be a temporary building to literally start out in, just to start building the village. As we skip through this beautiful montage footage right here, cutting down all the trees, all the bushes, makes for a gathering of easy wood. Alright, a little bit of light to see what we've got. Go ahead and move on over here now to finishing this wall. Nope, not that. Definitely not that. Actually, we should change the roof to go long ways with the house so we're not using up too much wood to make a specialized roof, and I don't have to fill in all the corners. We can get straight into the content, which is what I'm looking forward to, of building a barn and putting dragons in it and having taming pens full of animals. I want to desperately get deer early game in this playthrough if I can. Start breeding them for meat. Have a bunch of trophy heads to refight Eikthyr. As the bosses do drop mounts, which we can use later on to travel across the land at a much faster pace than normal to explore more of the map quicker. So that does give us the ability to go really far in this map without having to run there. Plus, in MagicalMounts mod, we can also get ravens and dragons, which can fly. Horses, wolves, undead horses, unicorns, Pegasus, giant deer are all animals that we can get as a drop from the bosses. I don't know which bosses give what drops, but I know that Eikthyr gives the horse drops, the basic starter horse drops. Alright, now that we've set our spawn point and it's day 2, we need wood, we need more furnishings to get our rested buff higher. So I'm going to put a little carpet right there. I threw away all my food, so we'll go back, we'll take the mushrooms back, take the raspberries, and chili peppers give stamina. Quite good stamina, so we'll take all of that. Do a little jump for joy there. And after taking a short break here, Rathtar decides that it's finally time to start adventuring. It's time to start seeing what's around our area, like this patch of mushrooms, which is crazy. Look at all these mushrooms. That's food forever. We need to be gathering all the wood that we can to take back, which is going to be highly essential for everything that we need to build. All the stone. More mushrooms. And this little well. Ah, there's the loot up there. Yep, take everything. We need all the gold that we can get, because in Cheb's Mercenaries mod, we can have villagers join our city, but in order to have villagers join, we need to have the appropriate gold, food, armor, and cape materials. And this should go down to an ocean down here. Ah, somebody left their deer stand unattended. Take that stone. Does the Grey Dwarf not want to fight? Is this not Fight Club? Laying on the damage. He's a 1-star. He's super tanky. Get him. Get him. Get him. Ladies and gentlemen, he could not handle the heat. He is out of the kitchen. It is official. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an episode of Inspired Survival Gaming with Claymore Carter. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest up-to-date content. Check us out on Discord at Inspired Survival Gaming for content updates, announcements, and more. We are a community of survivors at heart that enjoy survival games to the core. Again, I am Claymore Carter. This has been episode 1 of our Valheim Epic Loot series that I like to call a Slow Down and Let's Play series, and this is to be continued.